player shifts, player shifts, player shifts. Why? Because in a game, you're always gonna gain something to give up something. Make sense? I know that I'm gonna move my team here because I want to gain shape of my defensive, but I know I'm gonna give them one side. That's a given. I already know what side, but that's my defensive shape. I already know what I'm giving up, and that's okay within my structure, right? So when you say shape, is you gotta understand going back to the principles, right? Who applies the pressure, who covers, who balances your group, and how do you make it compact within those? If those four are not there, then that means that your shape can be broken. And not saying that this shape can be broken, right? But it's gonna be more difficult.
I think that Harold was more like wanted to do like high press, like more like total football, right? You know, where the whole team presses to steal the ball at a certain moment.
But you just said whole right there. So what do they create first? Who's the trigger? You said Tottenham, right? Or the whole, what was the say you said?
Total football.
That was
What's total football though?
Yeah.
Okay, let's forget about total football. But the idea is how do I steal the ball
That's very
immediately from there? I want to steal the ball.
the Dutch guy does this thing?
Okay, fair enough. So you say you want to provide, apply pressure. My
That was
first
the game.
question would be is, who's your trigger?
The trigger is, I mean, we are seeing that somebody's fumble on the ball and from their defense, and he's taking too long. And we immediately apply 3 guys, 4 guys, or whoever they have open so they can steal the ball, right?
But you just say 3 guys in support. That means that this forward right here cannot go until he has the other 3 guys in shape, does he?
Yes, they have to know that, then they have to know what trigger so they can, all of them apply that pressure across.
And that's what I'm saying is like this guy cannot just go alone. Most of the time what happens is that the forward goes
And
and no one supports.
Yes, I've seen that one.
So that means that you still need shape. That means that you still need this player to have a shape, this player to have a shape, and then they can move as a unit to provide a pressure cover balance. But what you showed me right there, Casimir, was every player was going just to man mark. Now, basketball can do that, but even basketball, you can't do that. John Wooden introduced a triangle defense, right? You guys familiar with John Wooden? He introduced a triangle defense with the same purpose, to have cover for each other. Makes sense? But modern basketball, they say like, it's man to man. Technically, it's not. Can you do it? Yes. But in soccer, that's hard to do. Because when you have a Messi and a Cristiano Ronaldo in your team, they're gonna break you to pieces. Because you can't leave those players one-on-one. You get what I'm saying? So shape refers to how do you adjust to that X factor player within the other team.
Okay, good. So, you don't have to do.
Thank you, sorry to disrupt the train of thought.
Thanks, understood.
You're talking about field design, field setup.
Mm-hmm. So, I think to your point, right, you can use half of the field because that gives you more of it. I mean, you don't have to go all the way to the half line. You could, if you wanted to advance these goals up, that's fine, past the breakout line, maybe 5-10 yards, because you're not necessarily worried about the full attack. You know, you just want to apply the pressure and have the team, to use this new terminology, keep shape, right? And part of the shape is, again, if the ball is going to be played this way, this defender isn't going to cover this attacker. It's going to cover the space here, because this attacker will likely not at 8 or 10, right? But should drop back to give an option or move forward into the space, because again, everybody on the field is going to shift. If you have an out, a central, and a wide channel, right? Everybody should shift one channel, just one channel.
Then what I will do is,
Okay, cool.
In terms of the reps and duration, I guess because it's 44, it's kind of continuous. There's not a set number of reps, right?
Continuous to me is like murder ball, what, I think, who said it? Nico maybe said it yesterday, like, there is no stop and play. There is gonna be a stop and a reset.
So maybe that goes into the rules or the restrictions, right? It's like every time it's out of bounds, try to go.
That's what we were missing yesterday, right? If the ball gets played out, reset, start with the goal. If the attacker scores, they get 2 points, they, then it still resets. If defense steals the ball, they can press forward and shoot on it, and they get 1
So
point.
repetition is gonna be like 40. I'm thinking if it's like 10 minutes, 30 seconds.
That's exactly right. In this situation, it's not about continuous play. It really is working on the first 2 or 3 like passing opportunities, as opposed to like we're gonna have a modified game situation, right?
We're gonna go in 2 parts, one at a time, so we're gonna have 2 at a time. So we're gonna have it 1v1, going to goal. And you're gonna be sending the balls.
So that's where
The
it
flow
goes
piece
both
is
ways.
gonna
How
finish.
are you gonna teach
So the 1v1 is gonna be with this player against this player,
to help them understand?
and they're gonna have to shoot to goal. So deny we finish, challenge this attack against the goal attempt. Now, afterwards, the second part, once they continue that, or back and forth, part 2.
So your objectives, I just want to make
And the
sure.
only rotating team, the only rotating team, I want both guys. One both guys. I want him to, after you get attacked,
4v4, 8.
after he scores on this board here, there's gonna be 3 goals.
No, because you have a keeper, right?
I want to go.
I've included that before. I guess we can make it 4v5.
No, because
If you want to
I'm
have
sorry,
a.
the formation was a 3-1, correct? So you've got 2 defenders?
Well, I mean, it's about the defense, right? So the defense is me just having 3 and then the midfielder behind us, right? So that's the 4. They can be whatever formation they want. They're the attack. We're focused on defending. They're the 3 side. So they can be a flat 3. They can be 2 in the midfield, 2 in like.
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever. Like they can figure it
So
out.
you're gonna have 3 in the back.
That's what we're thinking, but if we want to put 4 and lock them, the attack can do whatever they want. They just gotta try and break the press. Like we're not coaching them, we're coaching the defenders.
And what is the rotation?
That's a good question. Yeah. We can always just flip between the 3 and then keep the goalkeeper if that's our goalkeeper.
Then this player.
So assuming
A
it's
dedicated goalkeeper, yeah, exactly. Because you're still playing, at this age, this is a theoretical question, they're still playing all of the positions, or are they starting to become
Yeah, I mean
specialized?
they're starting, but like
Yeah.
I mean we have a keeper and he's pretty
Crossing is not.
Yeah, as they should start to be that.
but everybody else, yeah. They got
Okay, so that could be the rotation, sure. So your central players will still be central, and then your wingers will be.
and maybe we just do it 5 minutes and then put for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah,
So they can
Okay, so
they're
you're
perfect.
defending us.
Yeah,
Because I feel like if you go every other, they're not
Crossing
gonna
on one.
whatever your coaching point is, they're gonna go to defense and forget about it and come back to attack and then have to repeat it.
Now, let me ask you this, what does the attacking team need to do in order for you to win the cross? Okay, what area of fear is focusing on?
And so then now you work on one, but they cannot scroll. Yeah, but these two defenders cannot cross over. They are in charge of pressing the player. So these guys can get smooth and close, but they cannot cross.
Whatever you want to pass the ball, you save your
They score. These two now become the attackers, and these two now.
You put 30-second reps?
I just put 20 reps, right?
Oh, okay.
Because that's like, if it's 5 minutes, that's 2 reps per minute, and then I guess, so like I'm talking about the whole thing, right, because it's 5. For one group, 5, I guess it's 10 reps, and it's 5, 10 reps for the other group, 5
The ball needs to be in a
Assuming
certain
it's 30
area.
minutes, but that's the 30 seconds,
There's gonna be
Right
coaching.
now, ladies, either one.
and that's what I put the 2 minutes
Where
for coaching,
does the shape come in?
right, because it's a total of 12 minutes.
So we are working.
If you're saying that you're gonna allow them to
For
in
10
the game,
reps
do you
per
want
group.
to allow the other team to cross?
When you're 1v1 by scoring.
And then what has happened,
To attacking side, which is the
And then say defend, attacking becomes defense.
yes, they're not gonna do it
Means
every time,
not
but
punish.
they're not gonna do it.
I'm just gonna say
Everyone,
And they have to stay defending, they have to.
But then this will go, because I'm asking you this.
Oh, I don't wanna defend on the
I'm gonna give them a 1 minute rest because that one's more.
Can make them.
Well, let's put it in that you work through this. That means that this is.
Or defenders
Because
press.
in the cross, who's the.
I guess that's more this part, but the constraints, let's put the build up, and every time you go to bounds,
Cross is in your channel.
not about to pass it, or they score.
And so therefore, what you're gonna teach
You
them.
don't have a natural.
Pressure
You get
there's
what
no
I'm
bounds.
saying? That you're gonna use him as, so your sessions are on based on what 2 parts you have the players.
Part 1
Because
is.
you don't have a natural, and you think you do, but then you need to be able to run it here. Once you go over there, then you can do the session over there, and I can.
If the guys
Okay,
do some
and so forth, but do you actually wanna run a crossing session, or do you want something that can give you more?
I wouldn't call the rules.
Because crossing is only one dimension.
You get 1v1,
If-
3 going goal.
I'll bring you and go.
Um,
I'll keep you, you can go defend the ball.
You're 1v1, ball
Yeah.
back, and you work it.
And then
That's
after
what
that,
they're on.
if a good goal and score.
So how do we progress this activity? Because it's
But let me ask you this, what happens if you put Messi?
12 minutes,
He gets to the crossing line.
3 on 3. Do we add an extra?
No.
Oh, sorry, 4 on 4. Do we add touch limit? Do we
Doesn't have to score.
require a reset if they don't receive the ball across the body? Like, so what are the constraints, or how are we gonna build on this? Because we're saying this is what we're gonna do, or we're gonna make it increasingly
And it's increased.
Yeah, and it's a part of
difficult,
the-
make it more challenging.
You're asking.
And the only-
I would say you could take out, like switch a defender to attack, right? Because then the defense has to work harder to cover. Because, you know, then they're at a disadvantage, 3 pressing
When the ball
5,
is passed.
Yeah.
right? So there's always gonna be an open man in the field.
Yeah.
The 3 need to cover or balance.
And that's a really good way to impress upon the
Saying here is that
defense
you're saying you're gonna allow that.
get there
cross.
quickly and stop the advance.
And then the ball's gonna be moving faster, and then it's also.
You don't, in a game, you don't want.
Just because you press, good job, but then after the ball moves, where's he going next? Because you have to help, you have to go back to cover, right? Or go back to balance.
Exactly, you have to move off the ball.
I'm not, is he gonna take it serious to defend that cross?
So where's the challenge?
Tonight, finish. That's why I had tonight.
On this side, and it's on the shadow, and
And then I finished the principle.
when I play the
Okay,
other side.
what's the second?
The sub-principle is challenge to protect against goal attempt.
Yeah, yeah.
And then player action will be pressing, blocking the shot, intercepting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I already have to excite
We're gonna get.
I feel like it is, because you're intercepting and your reward is to go. Both sides.
Yeah, we're going off the ball.
I just wanna make sure.
Right. Fundamentally, it's about shape.
But you're telling
I would
that-
also tell the keeper to play,
Play to the wings.
yeah, not always to the same direction, right? If they're right-footed, they typically will go to their left more often as opposed to their right.
Before they get it. Because if this player already got to this corner, that means that they're going to be on sport. And that you got no other. That's what I'm trying to say, show me
I
the
mean, part
shit
one,
before you get
the ball goes on bounds.
before you get, show me the scenarios where I can see that you're shifting the team. Because I get, but this is a situation
Part two, attack.
Then.
defending the cross.
Yeah, I'm closer, I can show her.
It's not in motion. It's more of a reaction. I got no other way but to scramble to make sure that I'm in the right position so I can defend what already happened.
Exactly.
Makes sense? So that's what I'm trying to say. Process, attack, because you're working to,
Because they're high school.
you're working with aspects that you gotta hope your center back can recover. You gotta hope that your center back and goalkeeper are working together to deny that aspect, because you don't know the outcome. When that cross comes, it's 1v1, whoever can get to the box, shield it out. Makes sense? Same with the attacking, which becomes tactical, because now I gotta understand where the ones are coming in. Makes sense? What I'm trying to say is that we need something where you're shifting in motion. And players are actually making decisions in motion. Because the reality of that crowd saying is two things. Who's more alert, who's more physical, and who's can get there first to that cross.
Properly
And it's a Lux game at one scenario, right?
utilize pressure.
Because if your defenders can't get there, if your attacker's good, that means it's gonna throw everything. So what I'm trying to ask is, give me an activity where you can actually shift in motion. Not a tactical crossing, as a tactical aspect. Because it's gonna require that player actually putting a good ball in, and that other player actually hitting
This
it.
guy gets beaten.
Does that make sense? Now that you can apply it, the higher license, you can do that, but there's gonna be a lot of dissecting.
And there is a
Because if you're
guy
giving a cross, that means that who needs to be good at heading.
Free to jump
He
challenge.
runs from here.
Yeah.
about-
So then you're doing two things. You're working on one defensive, one defender, and two people. How do you manage? So what are the coaching points for all of them?
For all of them?
So the guys here,
Now we're getting into something, because now you gotta teach principles, right? Pressure on the ball, because in your scenario, you're already telling me that the guy that put pressure on the ball got beat.
Force them out.
Which means that there is a problem, right? You gotta solve that problem before you can solve crossing. Because if you don't solve, that problem, then it means crossing is gonna happen all the time. And it's just reflecting what your previous player couldn't do. Does that make sense? So you need to solve that one before you can solve crossing. Because crossing is gonna come every time if you don't solve how the primary defender keeps getting beat.
versus one.
Does that make sense? That's what I was trying to get to, is that your activity is not wrong, but it's not tactical. Because you're already trying to solve something that your first primary player couldn't do, which is deny penetration.
So I mean, the incentive here, I see is that
So in this one, for example,
Well, then that means that you need to solve what your primary midfielder is not doing first.